If you failed 1,000 times at something, would you keep going? Most people quit after 3. But one man kept going after hundreds. After ridicule. After public doubt. After repeated experiments that didn't work. That man was Thomas Edison. And the truth about his 1,000 failures might completely change how you see your own struggles. Because what if those failures weren't failures at all? Let's break it down. The famous 1,000 failures. The story goes like this: Edison tried over 1,000 times to invent a working light bulb. A reporter once asked him, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times? And Edison reportedly replied, I did not fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. Think about that. He didn't see 1,000 failures. He saw 1,000 steps. That shift in thinking is powerful. Because most of us label attempts as failures the moment they don't work. Edison labeled them as progress. And that mindset changed everything. What was actually happening? In the late 1870s, electric lighting was a huge challenge. Many inventors were trying to create a practical, long-lasting incandescent light. Edison wasn't the only one experimenting. But what made him different was his approach. He didn't just test a few materials. He tested thousands. Different filaments. Different vacuum levels. Different electrical currents. Carbonized cotton. Bamboo. Various plant fibers. Each time something burned out, broke, or failed, he adjusted and tried again. It wasn't random. It was systematic. He turned failure into research. And that's the first major lesson. Lesson 1, failure is information. Every failed attempt gave Edison new information. It told him, this material doesn't last long. This filament burns too quickly. This setup isn't efficient. Failure wasn't emotional. It was educational. Most people stop because failure feels personal. Edison made it technical. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, he asked, what doesn't work yet? That small difference separates quitters from inventors. The pressure and doubt. Imagine announcing to the world that you will revolutionize lighting. Investors are watching. Newspapers are writing about you. Competitors are waiting for you to fail. Now imagine trying hundreds of experiments that don't work. That pressure alone would crush most people. But Edison kept experimenting at his lab in Menlo Park. He didn't panic. He didn't declare defeat. He kept refining. And this leads to the second lesson. Lesson 2, persistence is practical, not emotional. We think persistence is about motivation. It's not. It's about process. Edison showed up to the lab every day. He and his team treated invention like work, not inspiration. He wasn't waiting to feel ready. He built a system of constant testing. Persistence wasn't dramatic. It was routine. That's important. Because most people expect big success to come from big moments. But it usually comes from small repeated actions. Reframing failure. One of the most powerful parts of the Edison story is how he described failure. He didn't deny that experiments didn't work. He simply refused to call them failures. That's a psychological advantage. When you say, I failed, you attack your identity. When you say, that attempt didn't work, you analyze the method. Edison separated himself from the result. And that's lesson 3. Lesson 3, separate identity from outcome. Your result is not your identity. An experiment failing doesn't make you a failure. It means the method needs adjustment. Edison understood this deeply. That mental separation allowed him to keep going without destroying his confidence. If every failed experiment had become personal, he would have quit long before reaching success. The breakthrough. Eventually, after countless tests, Edison found a carbon filament that lasted long enough to be practical. It worked. Not perfectly at first. But well enough to improve. And that's something else people forget. The first success wasn't flawless. It was workable. That's lesson 4. Lesson 4, success is usually imperfect. The light bulb wasn't instantly perfect. It required improvements. Refinements. Better materials. Success is rarely a dramatic overnight moment. It's usually the result of accumulated improvements. The world remembers the final product. It forgets the messy process behind it. The real meaning of 1,000 failures, whether the exact number was 1,000 or not, doesn't matter. What matters is the principle. Edison didn't measure progress by how many times he failed. He measured it by how many ways he eliminated. Each failure narrowed the path toward success. Each mistake removed one wrong direction. Think about that. Every wrong attempt is one less wrong option left. That means you're getting closer. Not farther. Final lesson, failure is part of the design. The biggest myth about success is that it's a straight line. Edison's story proves it's not. Progress is messy. Uncertain. Repetitive. Failure isn't an interruption of the journey. It is the journey. Without those 1,000 attempts, there would be no light. Without repeated trial and error, there would be no breakthrough. And maybe in your own life, you're not failing. Maybe you're just on attempt number 237. Or 582. Or 999. And the next one could be the one that works. Here's the truth. Most people will quit. They'll stop at attempt number 12. Or 25. Or 40. And they'll never know how close they were. But the ones who succeed, they keep going long enough for the breakthrough to happen. Thomas Edison didn't succeed because he was lucky. He succeeded because he refused to label progress as failure. So if you're building something, if you're learning something, if you're trying something new, don't quit at attempt number 10. You might be one experiment away from your light bulb moment. And if this story made you rethink failure, stay. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about success. We break down the process behind it. And the next story might be the one that changes how you see your own journey. So don't disappear before your breakthrough. Because the light only shines for the ones who keep testing in the dark. I'll see you in the next one.